Hey guys, another question I get asked a lot is, as an artist, how do I set my price? Well, it depends. It depends. You have to sort of figure out who it is that you're working for and if they're in a position to pay you a lot of money. So, from going to working for big companies to freelancing to now owning my own company at swihartstudios.com, if you haven't already been there, um, I've learned a thing or two. I'm still learning. I learn every day about how to set your price. Now, when it comes to bigger projects, I'm not going to get into that because that is a very challenging area that most people wouldn't be interested in because most people are not running small visual effect, interactive 3D animation companies. But for those of you guys out there who are doing freelancing as an artist, I will give you my best advice. The first thing is, don't throw out a number. Okay, let the other person throw out a number. The reason why is because the first person to throw out a number is going to lose. Okay, that's just basic negotiation 101. And just be quiet and just listen. That would be my second bit of advice. Don't throw out a number. Be quiet and listen. Just hear what they have to say. And a lot of times they'll just keep talking and talking until they come up with a number. If they don't, then my third piece of advice would be, ask them, what's your budget? Like, how much money are you planning on spending on this? Because sometimes I see artists do one of two things. They throw out this really high number because they overvalue maybe they are worth it, but this particular job isn't qualified to handle that kind of a budget. And you just don't want to just keep pushing jobs off. I mean, you need to make money, right? So I would say, what's your budget? How much money do you plan on spending? And then, what you can say is, like, say they only have $5,000 for this particular job. So you can think in your head, okay, well, I want to make at least, say, $35 to $50 an hour, depending on, where you are in your experience, or maybe even more if you're really good at what you do. I've had, jobs where I was able to get $95 an hour. At times, not always, but sometimes they come along. So you say, what's your budget? And then you can factor in, like, okay, I want to be making this much per hour. How many hours can I work on your project? So then you could say, sorry, telephone call. So then you can say, okay, well, that amount of money will buy you this much of my time, and this is what I can give you. Maybe it's not all of what you want, but it's most of what you want. And then say, and I tell you what, since you're a first-time customer, I'll give you a little extra for free. Or, never discount your rate, but always add in a little bonus thing like, oh, don't worry about it. I'll throw that in. Or maybe they have some fixes along the way, and that doesn't work into your budget, but you just want to keep a good rapport. Just say, yeah, it's okay, I'll do that little bit for free, etc. So that's how I usually negotiate my deals. Is I kind of have a amount in my head of how much I'm willing to work per hour. I ask them for a budget, and they tell me what their budget is, and then I qualify that into how much time I can work. Now, a lot of times, okay, 7 out of 10 times, when you're working with the general public and just meeting and greeting people don't have very much money to spend on art. It's just the reality. Art is not a necessity. We're not saving people's lives, so to speak. Maybe their emotions and their hearts, but we're not saving their lives. So it's not like a doctor, and we can't just show up and be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be $200,000 to change your heart, and you're like on the table going, okay, fine, save me. I mean, that's not art, right? So most of the time, you're gonna find people who don't have a lot of money. They're not able to spend very much money on this project. Like, oh, I have this idea. My kid wants to do a music video. Can you come and shoot it and do a bunch of effects? I have like $2,500. And you're thinking in your head like, oh yeah, no, that's not actually going to be enough to do anything. That won't even pay for the sets, right? So that's just the reality. That's the norm. So don't be discouraged though. Keep meeting people, keep talking to people, keep looking for people who are actually willing to pay you. When you're working for also individuals, don't work for free. What are you doing? Don't work for free. Like, your time is money. your time is valuable. Now, if it's a big company and you want to get an internship and there's a big opportunity there to do something great, okay, but if it's some guy down the street or some guy who works at a bar who wants you to paint a mural on his back wall and he wants you to do it for free so you can get exposure, forget that guy. That's ridiculous. He's just ripping you off because nobody cares about a mural, I mean, especially on the back of a bar. You have to think about objectively, if I wasn't painting this, would I be impressed that that some guy painted the mural in the back of a bar, like near the men's room? Like, who cares? Nobody cares. So, yeah, that's how I that's how I determine what how to charge for a job. Is I let them give me a budget. Anyway, I've rambled enough. So you guys have a great day. Hope this was helpful. Bye bye.